Webmasterradio.fm proudly presents the longest-running program on affiliate marketing. Welcome to Affiliate Buzz. Our hosts, James and Arlene Martell, are here to inspire, inform, and motivate you with expert insight, interviews, and information that will increase your bottom line. Advance your affiliate marketing efforts every week on Affiliate Buzz. Now, please welcome James and Arlene.
Hi, it's James Martell here, and welcome to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz. It's great to have you with us. Yes, I'm here with Arlene and my wife and co-host, and today we're going to be talking about good old Panda and Penguin and what's up with them. It's kind of an interesting topic and something that we haven't discussed for a little while, so I thought it'd be good to broach it, so to speak. I do know that we had a question come in about it, and we just actually finished a course within the School of Internet Marketing called the Daily Traffic Blueprint, where we had a chance to dig into this topic deeply. Now, Arlene, you weren't actually involved in the course much. You, of course, take care of your own area. But let's kind of dive into this whole topic about Panda and Penguin in just a minute. Let's kind of talk a little bit about, though, what's going on around the office here. Because, my goodness, I don't think we've been this busy for, I don't know, years.
Yeah, it seems like we're super busy right now. I find that I sit at my desk and get my work done, and then sometimes I'm working in the evening, and I'll look up and it'll be 11 p.m. and it'll be like, whoa, time to stop. Yeah, I mean, I don't do that every day. I'm not saying, but it's like, wow, there's a lot on our plates right now for sure.
Oh, I do know sometimes you grab the laptop and drop it on your lap, so I'm sure listeners can really relate to that. I do know I've heard many stories over the years of the night owls like myself that work into the wee hours, although that's not you. You don't normally do that. No,
I like to do my stuff during the day, get up early, get my stuff done, and then, take a break for dinner and only finish up a few things in the evening.
Yeah. Well, and then you... lately you're in major grandma mode, so that's understandable.
That's right.
So you had a question come in about Panda and Penguin, and yes. I thought that was interesting. We haven't seen one for a while, but it's a good conversation. It's a great question, and maybe you could tell us who it was from and read the question, and let's kind of dig into this topic because it is very, very relevant to succeeding online.
Yes, it is, and I do agree. We probably should cover this again. So this is from Wade, and he said there have been huge changes in what works in SEO. Many tactics that worked beautifully as recently as 2012 or the first half of 2013 no longer work and may even be counterproductive. I'd like to get some more info on post-Panda and post-Penguin.
Yeah, very good question. And in the Daily Traffic Blueprint course, we actually had a chance to go through this topic in detail, and we kind of covered it over a period of 12 weeks and 12, I would say, 45-minute videos. So a lot to cover on the topic, and of course, we're not going to be able to get to it all here, but we can sure give you a flavor as to what we're up to and what you want to be paying attention to, because you're so right, Wade. There are changes that have been occurring. They really started, and we've had these cycles come through for as long as I can remember now.
Yes.
So it's nothing new, but it's really just a matter of adapting and making sure we're changing, and adjusting to it. And one of the things we have in the school within the Daily Traffic Blueprint course is our SEO checklists. And there's basically part 1, which is the on-page SEO checklist, and then there's part 2, which is the off-page SEO checklist. And then there's actually a third part to it, which is called technical factors. So it's a 3-part checklist. It's that's 10 pages long up to that point, 11 pages, sorry. But then I included an article in the back of the actual checklist written by Adam de Jong, and it's called "In the Aftermath of Penguin 2.0. Branding is now a major ranking factor." And we basically used some of the thoughts within this article or I use it to actually craft many parts of the daily traffic blueprint, because Adam is so right on the money with what he's talking about here. And I think it's, it's a good conversation because, of course, as you know, Arlene, we've been using the PAD technique, and the PAD for new listeners is simply a 3-letter acronym for professional article distribution.
Yes.
Since 2003. So we're sitting over 10 years. We use that as our primary strategy to gathering up backlinks to gain top rankings with Google, which, brings in the traffic and the revenue.
Right.
And we've shifted gears on that majorly in the last year. And the course gave me the opportunity to actually get everybody up to speed on exactly what we're doing now in replacement of pure PAD.
Right. And PAD is still really important. We still have to get articles out there with backlinks, but what we found is that we don't need as many as we used to.
And there's different styles of backlinks that we're working on. So let's talk about PAD first, just to kind of get listeners up to date, longtime listeners up to date on what we're doing with that. And you're right, we've backed right off on PAD, and we have been for a while, making extra sure that the articles that we're publishing or pushing out to other blogs are top quality articles. And you can go find videos from Matt Cutts, head of WebSpam at Google, talking about guest blogging and the things that they're looking for. And I would say, we've been doing PAD since 2003, long before even the term blogging was coined. Yes. But it's essentially the same thing. It's having a really high quality article created on a topic that's important to that other webmaster's visitors. And it's usually, well researched. In our case, always well researched, well written by a professional writer, and really well done. And then within the article, there's a backlink or two back to pages on our site, and we're really careful with that. That we keep the quality up, because as Matt says, they're stripping out any of the poor quality content anyway. So there's no point even going that route.
Yes.
And I believe him in that part. So, and then just maybe one other final thing on that is, and you work with anchor text a lot. What type of anchor text are you including in these? Because you're still responsible and you still handle the distribution of our PAD articles, both internally and for clients. But how do you handle anchor text?
What I've been taught was that sometimes the anchor text looks really forced, and it doesn't. It's not natural, and you can actually tell that it's forced, and that's absolutely just a big no-no. So if there's an anchor text phrase that looks forced, we absolutely will not use it. What I've been doing is putting the URL of the site in the bio and linking it back to various pages on the site. So sometimes it links back to the homepage, but sometimes it links back to other pages on the site.
More affiliate buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Why do over 15,000 small businesses love working with Infusionsoft? Because we believe in people and their dreams. We empower entrepreneurs, and our groundbreaking tools help small businesses grow and thrive. We listen. We care. We serve our customers, and we do what we say we'll do. We're always trying to find new ways to innovate and to improve our all-in-one sales and marketing platform. Most of all, from email to e-commerce, we help small businesses like yours succeed. Go to Infusionsoft.com/radio to watch a free product demo. That's Infusionsoft.com/radio.
Looking for a white label SEO and social platform for your clients? Think
eBrands.
Free and unlimited SEO audit reports.
eBrands.
Premium Facebook apps and welcome page creators.
eBrands.
Twitter management app, analytics, and mobile site generators.
eBrands.
Let eBrands manage your search and social media campaigns and give you and your clients access to their white label dashboard, which have great reports that will wow your clients and deliver great ROI and results. Try eBrands for 30 days. Go to eBrandsWithAZ.com or call 1-866-625-5717. That's eBrands with a Z for
eBrands.
And the pitch.
There are many things we would love to catch. Catching the final out of a baseball game.
And that's the ball game.
Reeling that big catch of the day. Or catching a ride home.
Taxi.
How about catching more attention like the biggest retail brands on earth? Introducing Catchy.com, where they sell short branded attractive.com domain names. Use a short and catchy brand just like Sony, Visa, and Mickey for your next business venture. You can even rent to own for as low as $100 a month. Catch a big break for your business with Catchy.com.
Webmasterradio.fm presents Search Kingdom. We explore the world of search marketing, give in-depth analysis inside the important industry headlines, and interview with the most important industry thought leaders. Search Kingdom, on demand inside the Search Engine Optimization channel, only on webmasterradio.fm.
Time now to hear some more affiliate buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
All right, I'm here with Arlene, and we're talking about Panda and Penguin in the in this post-Penguin and Panda era, and exactly what we're up to here. And a little bit of technical problems there, so I hope listeners picked up on that. But essentially, before the break, Arlene was talking about the use of or lack of use of anchor text these days, where we're typically using mostly just straight URL links. So that's number one. So then, now Arlene, let's kind of dig into some of the other things that we're doing. And let me pull up this article from Adam, because first of all, he's a very clever writer, and it's a great article. And again, the headline of it is, in the aftermath of Penguin 2.0, branding is now a major ranking factor. And he basically starts out, Penguin 2.0 happened. Perhaps you've heard about it. Yeah, figured. So then he goes into talking about, and I'm just going to kind of get some of the high points here. And essentially, he says he's talking about aggressive link building, something that most of us have been involved with to some form or fashion. But he goes on to say, but due to all this talk about linking, I'm afraid we're losing sight of a newer, potentially more significant SEO trend that's become quite clear in the aftermath of Penguin 2.0. He says, looking at sites that not only survived Penguin 2.0, but have thrived and seen their rankings increase, the one thing that I notice is that branding is an emerging ranking factor. Sites that have a holistic brand and have held on to or improved their rankings and traffic post-Penguin 2.0.
Right.
A few other things he goes on to mention that Google is placing a premium on authenticity. And you can understand why. There's so many anonymously built websites out there, or websites mimicking their competitor to gather up competitor traffic. And he goes, Google is looking for ways to verify the brand attached to the site. Google to value authenticated popularity. This is why Google Plus, authorship tags, rich snippets, and social signals are all now a big part of the SEO equation. And if I go down the article a little bit more here, he says, and the article's really tailored towards those of you webmasters, which I don't think are really many of us affiliates, who are looking at creating an online presence locally. But he delves into us, where we're looking at the more national markets, where we're looking to get well known across the board. So he goes, and this is the key, and this is where we focused our attention in the Daily Traffic Blueprint. He says, when you think about branding as a ranking factor, it makes a lot more sense. Google is trying to replicate the logic of the real world and apply it to the online world after all. For instance, if you have a business and you're trying to build your brand as part of a local marketing blitz, how would you do it? That's a good question.
Yes.
What constitutes a strong brand? Well, you might have printed ads in the local magazines and newspapers, or maybe radio and television ads, the kind of things that might help create some brand recognition for your target market when you're not at a computer or mobile device. So if you think about the real world, and if you're trying to brand yourself locally, that's one thing. But he goes, Google is trying to accomplish the same thing online. The search, and here's the key, the search engine crawlers are evaluating everything they can find pertaining to your brand, including your website content, press releases, videos, presentations, PDFs, webinars, podcasts, articles, etc. The more varied content the crawlers see regarding your brand, and the more frequently this content is verified as quality and relevant to your target market, the better the crawlers will be able to authenticate your brand. And we had a chance to, dissect that and really employ that throughout the Daily Traffic Blueprint course. And I think if we go back to it for a second, first of all, they're trying to determine that you are a real person. You have a real site. There's somebody behind it, and you have a brand. He goes on to say later on too. He says when he's talking about brand, he's not talking about trying to take on the likes of CNN. He's talking about being a brand that stands out within your own topic. Your own topic. So if we go back to this again, and you think about this, Arlene, imagine if you had a website, and and so many people are wondering what we're up to these days. This is. I'm not going to say. How would you say it? Okay, I'll say it. This is the new backlinking, although it's so much more than backlinking. There's so much more than backlinking, and there's so many more benefits to just doing the pad articles. So if you think about it, they're trying to figure out if you're for real, and they're looking at and evaluating everything that they can find pertaining to your brand, your website content, your press releases, your videos, presentations, PDFs, webinars, podcasts, articles. So some of the things that we did within the Daily Traffic Blueprint is we created an outline for a topic that we knew or know is most important to our audience, our website visitors. And we spent a great deal of time researching that topic so that we could create content that was extremely high level and that we could really delve deeply and granularly into it. So imagine you're going to do a topic on a topic, and you put together a 3,000 or 4,000 word research paper on it, and you just pull together every little thing you can about it. So when it gets time to create the content, you really have the goods. You've got the goodies. You've got your thoughts to share. You've researched it. You've thought about it. It's almost it's a bit of a masterpiece, if I may say.
Yeah, so it's like a table of contents to a book almost.
Only with all the research that would also be included in the entire book. So it's much more than just a table of contents. It's all of the research.
Yes.
So then when we have this document, then we laid out a plan on what we're going to do and what types of content we're going to create based on this research paper. And I'm actually just working on this right now on another project using exactly the same strategy, where you take the time to do all the research, and then once you have this really rich, detailed document, now you're poised to begin to create content that's going to not only get the attention of Google, but also your audience. So I can see we are right up against the break. Let's do this, Ronnie. When we get back, let's talk about how we used this research paper and how we took this information and turned it into various types of content, what we did with it, where we posted it, and how well it did for us. We'll be right back.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Building better search engine rankings takes the right formula. Tracking those rankings is super simple. All you need is authoritylabs.com. Authority Labs uses automated daily rank tracking tools to monitor your site's performance, or leverage their API to build your own tools. No matter what animal-labeled algorithms affect your ranking, you should be using Authority Labs. Unlimited users for no additional cost and white labeling can help keep your clients updated and save countless hours of creating reports. Whether you're running sites with just a few or millions of keywords, what you need is authoritylabs.com.
Oh yeah, my day is done. Time for happy hour.
You're already done for the day?
Yeah, because I use certifiedknowledge.org. Their PPC tools literally save me hours every day.
How do you keep on top of all of Google's new features?
Easy. With Certified Knowledge, their interactive learning modules keep me up to date. And if there's something I don't know, I can watch their video lessons without having to hunt around the Google Help files.
Great. I'm ready to expand my knowledge.
Hi, I'm Brett Geddes. I'm the only leader officially supported by Google to teach the advanced track of the AdWords Seminars for Success. I personally recommend CertifiedKnowledge.org as your one-stop shop for all your PPC needs.
Learn, optimize, connect. Be smart. Go to CertifiedKnowledge.org now.
Guys, are you suffering from FD, fulfillment dysfunction? Let MoldingBox.com's online portal system for inventory, tracking, and returns perform for you. We have the enormous tools you need for complete warehousing, shipping, and handling of all your packages, no matter the size or shape, directly to your customers. MoldingBox.com can also fulfill all your nourishing, nutraceutical, and smooth skincare product desires, including green coffee and Garcinia on demand. Plus, let our in-house printing and CD, DVD manufacturing help you enlarge and maximize your coaching and business opportunity potential. We do everything: fulfillment, shipping, tracking, inside and out, and all in one place. MoldingBox.com. It's shipping made sexy.
Welcome to a radio show devoted to the most popular blog publishing tool on earth. Press This with the Wizard of WordPress, Jos de Valk. Press This on demand anytime inside the Internet Marketing Channel, only on webmasterradio.fm.
Time now to hear some more affiliate buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Yes, I'm here with Arlene. We're talking about the, the post Penguin and Panda era. Now, Arlene, let's talk a little bit about this. So we talked about putting together an amazing outline, and this is actually this is a little bit different than Pad. Actually, I would say in some cases it's similar, but it's a lot more powerful and it's actually, I think it's more fun to do. It's more enjoyable. It's more profitable. It's and it's not as tedious. Pad could get to be, and you could agree with this. It can get to be quite tedious.
It can.
Before we get into this, how many Pad articles? How many articles do you think in your time have you distributed to sites?
I have
successfully
done thousands, literally thousands.
Yes, I'm sure you must be the master of Pad.
Yeah, and it's tough because there's, I really try hard to find sites that are PR3 and more, and they're becoming fewer and fewer out there. That's the problem, and I think a lot of people did get hit with these updates, and their page rank went down.
Well, yeah, and then there's other factors as well. So with this outline, when we were creating a Pad campaign, we would create an article outline. We would do the research, come up with a topic for the articles, and then we would usually develop 5 or 10 different variations of those articles, have each one of them professionally written, usually have a couple writers involved. In fact, I shouldn't say usually. We still do this, just not as much, where we get 2 writers involved. Now we get 10 articles back, and then we distribute those articles with links back to the site. The way we're doing this now, though, is different because, as I said, we do a lot more research, and I mean substantially more research. Once we have this outline, though, then we can begin to create different kinds of content. And if I may, just to kind of put this in context, pop back to Adam's article here. He says, going forward, you might want to worry less about the volume of backlinks to your site and instead focus on content variety and distribution, both on-site and off-site instead. You want to get your videos found and shared on YouTube and Vimeo, your presentations on SlideShare, your content on relevant sites and guest blogs, etc. These links will have more authority and represent a branding citation that will boost your SEO in this post-Penguin 2.0 world. And so just to kind of wrap this up, what we had done, we took this outline that we'd put together, and we used one of the students as a little bit of a guinea pig, and we said, okay, what kind of content types are we going to create? And we completely put backlinks out of our mind. We put Google out of our mind. We 100% focused on the visitor. What does the visitor want? This is where this outline came together. Once we had the outline, the content creation became a breeze, and determining what kinds of content we wanted to create. So one of the first things we did was we created a little booklet. And it was about a 30-page booklet that really covered off the topic. A little recipe book was created from it because that was kind of the basis of the idea, with some of the things that were covered off in that research paper. We also took that same outline that was put together and we turned it into a detailed PowerPoint presentation. We created an opt-in offer. We created some videos. We did some podcasting on the topic. We created some articles. I think yesterday you said the 5th article of the 5 that we had developed was actually distributed.
Yes, all 5 are out.
So then here we are now. We've got this outline. All of this content that was created now resides on sites such as SlideShare. So if I go over to slideshare.net, maybe listeners want to do the same thing as well. And getting back to Adam's article, we want much better content than we've ever been creating, and we've been creating some pretty good content for years. We've notched that up dramatically. We wanted to make sure that we've got different varieties of content that actually perform. So when we put a SlideShare presentation based on that outline on SlideShare, we're not doing it to get a backlink. We're doing it because we want to get that presentation in front of a new audience. Do we get a backlink? Yes. Is there a note follow tag in there? Yes. Does it matter? No. We want to get in front of a new audience. And Google is still looking at all of this anyways. So just because you don't have a backlink doesn't mean you're not getting high value for it. So if you want to take a look at maybe let me just see if it comes up here just before I send you off on a wild goose chase. Go to slideshare.net and search for protein bar in a jar. And you will see one of the presentations that was created from this outline. And Carol's site is all around health, and it all ties back exactly into that. And you'll see at the end of the protein bar in a jar presentation that it'll lead you back to her site, back to her opt-in offer. But you'll also see, if you have a look around or maybe head over to Carol's site, BioGrowHealth.com, you'll see that there's explainer video, there's booklet, there's recipes. She's podcasting on this topic. She's got the 5 articles going out. So she's really spread out her internet footprint a little bit more. Rather than just having 10 or 15 pad articles on the topic, she now has PowerPoint presentation, opt-in offers, explainer videos, booklet, all out on other websites, all kind of pointing back to her.
So James, quick question then. So how difficult is it for the average person to do this exact type of thing for their own sites? How much learning is involved?
I think this is, there is some learning involved for sure, and I would actually recommend, if you really want to master this, you go take the Daily Traffic Blueprint at the School of Internet Marketing. If you're not already a member of the School of Internet Marketing, may I invite you? It's $47 a month. It'll give you access to the full Daily Traffic Blueprint course, plus the Affiliate Marketers Bootcamp and 15 other courses within the system, plus a twice monthly live Q&A, and just all kinds of things. But it's learnable, it's doable, but there's definitely a shift. And it was Wade that asked the question, Arlene?
Yes.
And thanks to Wade for bringing it up, because it's important. If we're doing what we've been doing over the past years still, you're not going to see much headway. So I would definitely shift gears and go learn how to get this done. Arlene, I can see we are flat out of time. New episodes of the Affiliate Buzz can be heard every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific. You can access the archives for our previous shows on webmasterradio.fm, jamesmartell.com, and on iTunes. Arlene, thanks so much. And to our listeners, thanks for listening to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz.
This has been a presentation of WebmasterRadio.fm, the world's largest business-to-business radio and podcast network. We welcome you to sample past episodes of this program, as well as our complete library of programs, on demand or on the air via our 24/7 live audio stream at www.webmasterradio.fm. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of WebmasterRadio.fm's management or sponsors. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without authorized consent of WebmasterRadio.fm is prohibited.